The words we use to name things are called nouns. Objects, people, places, animals, ideas. Almost everything can be named by a noun. Singular nouns are used if we're naming just one person, animal, or thing. Plural nouns are used to name more than one person, animal, or thing. In today's lesson, though, we're going to learn about a special type of noun that names a group of people, animals, or things. Introducing the collective noun. In this lesson, we will learn what a collective noun is, learn when to use a collective noun. Have you ever played for a sports team? Do you quickly tuck in your shirt whenever the school staff walk past? What's your class like? Collective nouns are all around us. You've just seen 3 of them. All of these nouns are the names we give to a group of people. A netball team consists of at least 7 people, but we use the collective noun team to refer to the group of players. Collective nouns are really useful to give one name to groups of different people or things. But collective nouns are also really fun. Let's read an article full of the weird and wonderful collective nouns we find in the animal kingdom. Think about your favorite animal. Is it something clever, like a chimpanzee, or perhaps something fierce, like a lion? Now think of a whole group of them. What would you call it? When we talk about a group of animals, we can use the collective noun. For example, a group of lions is known as a pride of lions, and a group of chimpanzees is called a community. Can you picture a community of chimpanzees all sitting together? It's a great image. These collective nouns were all created a long time ago. Some are still very well known, such as a swarm of bees or a pack of wolves. However, others are a little unusual. For example, have you ever heard of a glaring of cats? Often, the collective noun tells us about the appearance of the animal that it's referring to. For example, a group of giraffes is called a tower of giraffes, and this makes us think about how tall they are, towering amongst the trees. I'm sure you can guess why the collective noun for porcupines is a prickle, or a group of skunks is called a stench. In other cases, the collective noun doesn't make much sense. For example, why is it called a knot of toads, or a drift of pigs? These are much harder to imagine, and people don't use these names very often. Regardless, they can be funny, and the collective noun is a great fact to learn about your favorite animal. So, what is a group of your favorite animal called? Wow, what an interesting collection of words. Which was your favorite? Isn't it interesting how lots of the collective nouns represent qualities of the animals themselves? Now we've seen collective nouns in action, let's have a closer look at how they are used in a sentence. Remember that collective nouns refer to a group, more than one of that animal, person, or thing. The collective noun itself can be singular or plural, depending on how many groups you're talking about. Why does that matter? Because it changes the verb that comes after it. Let's look at some examples. 3 giraffes are grazing on the acacia trees. In this sentence, giraffes is a plural noun, so we use the verb are. A tower of giraffes is grazing on the acacia trees. Here, we see there are still 3 giraffes, but because the collective noun tower is singular, we use is. As writers, you can choose whether you want to give a specific number, like 3, or whether you just want your reader to know that there was a group of giraffes. Sometimes it will be important for a story or article for them to know the exact number, but sometimes it's enough that they know there are several giraffes there. Let's look at another example. 10 bees search for flowers. In this sentence, the subject of the sentence is plural, 10 bees. So we use the verb search. A swarm of bees searches for flowers. Here we see there are still many bees, but because the collective noun swarm is singular, we use the verb searches. Let's make a collective noun plural and see what changes. Herds of elephants are found all over Kenya. Here, the collective noun herds is plural, so we need to use the verb form are. So now we know. Collective nouns are the words we use to name a group of people, animals, or things. There aren't any rules to learn about how to form them. It's more a question of learning as many as you can and enjoying using the new ones in your writing. We need to remember to pay attention to whether the collective noun is singular, talking about just one group, or whether it is plural, talking about more than one group. This is important because it tells us which form of the verb we need to use in our writing.